Hello, my friends. Welcome to SBC Art Retreats. Here we are. Today I am painting a perfume bottle. Okay, so this bottle, I started doing this project already. As you can see that the design is already on. So I am just going to go ahead and add some details in it, because as we know that it's not the style, it's not the painting itself, but it's all in the detail, right? So for that I will be using acrylic paints. um, as you can see, if you're familiar with my style of painting, I am a huge fan of folk art acrylic paints. This one is green. It's classic green, and it's a satin acrylic paint. So I have used that for the foliage, or the leaves that you call in this painting. The other shades that you, well, it all depends on what colors you want to add, but in this case, in this project, I have used the conch shell matte acrylic folk art paint, and this one, and the other one is French lilac, and the other one that I will use but very sparingly. It's a little bit on the bluish side, and it's silver marlin matte acrylic paint. So some of them are matte acrylic paints, and as you can see, the green one is the satin acrylic paint. So I have taken some out on my palette, as you can see, and I'm just going to go ahead and add some details in my design by adding some leaves. So I'm just going to zoom in the camera so you have a better idea of what's going on the canvas. The canvas in this case is model. Okay, so I'm not going to go very I'm not going to have a very fine lines for the leaves. I am not sure if it's that visible in the camera, but as you can see, I am not going to add the leaves in a very definite shape. Definite shape meaning like it has to look like a leaf. No, I'm just going to add some more touches on the other side, as we know that it's very important for the design to be balanced, right? And whenever we're using some color which is very strikingly bright, it's always a better idea, in my opinion, to use it very carefully, because it pops up a lot, right? So we have to be very careful. Okay. And there you go. Okay, I feel, before I go on with the leaves, there is something which is missing in the flowers. Something. I'm just going to just rinse my brush. You can see I already have a lot of brushes here, and the water is getting a little muggy as well. So I will change that in a bit. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and wash my brush. Now the brush that I'm using for this one is a liner. This is liner level 3, and it's very thin, because liner brushes are usually very thin, right? Because they're for the lines, to make some intricate patterns and add some fine details in the painting. So because the area of this bottle is so small, we cannot use bigger brushes. So I am just going to go ahead and use the French lilac. Remember, you were talking about the French lilac, which is this one. French lilac. So it's a shade of mauve, but a little bit on the darker side. Okay, I think it's visible better in the camera when I hold it in my hand. So I'm just going to add a little touches, very tiny touches over here in the flowers. It's not going to be very huge because then we are not going to be able to see the pink that we added. That is conch shell. Conch shell is just the name of the pink shade that we are using. Sorry, it just tends to go away from the camera. Move away. Okay, there. Just you know, the central part of the flowers. Okay, now as you can see that there is a little bit more depth in the flowers, I'm going to go ahead and use more of the conch shell. The conch shell was this pink that we took in the beginning. I'm going to talk about the acrylic paints on the glass in a separate video perhaps, because that's all a different topic altogether. So different paints, different mediums on different materials on different canvases. It's all a matter of experience and what works with what. So I'm just going to hold the brush very firmly and go ahead and add more conch shell pink. So you can see the glass itself of the bottle is very because it's a very slippery surface. It's not very easy to paint on the glass as it is on the other surfaces, for example wood, for example canvas itself. Canvas is better as compared to any other materials. That's why you see a lot of painting being done on the canvas, because it's cotton and it's the acrylic paint or any other kind of paint, it adheres to the surface and it's easier for the artist to carry on with that. As you can see, as I am adding more details in this bottle, it's becoming more and more visible, right? When we started this design, it was not that visible. So it's all about how how we are adding the details and how we are filling it up. So I will continue with this design until it feels like as if it's getting closer to be done. And it's a matter of different strokes as well. The flower shape. You can go ahead and try this painting at home. Paint any glass bottle and see how it works with you. It's a very easy project. And it's very handy. All you need is some acrylic paint and your choice of colors, and some designing. So you take ideas, and Pinterest is a good source, as we know, to get design ideas about what you want to paint and some inspiration, of course. Okay, so I feel as if this flower is a little out of shape. We'll go ahead and I will go ahead and fix the shape of this flower. Pink roses, right? Okay, so it's coming out to be pretty amazing. I'm just making sure that I don't go on the silver part of the perfume bottle, because you don't want to ruin the actual bottle itself, but just want to add some accents to it. Okay, So, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's still something that is missing. I will add more greens in this. Let's take some green and fill it up a little bit more. The greens that I started doing over here, now even the leaves, if you can see, I am painting with the same liner, the liner brush, because as I said, the surface is very, very small, and it's very you have to be very, very careful that we're not smudging the paint onto the bottle, right? So just allow how you hold the brush and carry on. You just carry on like this. Okay, it's coming out to be better. What do you think is missing? I feel there should be more of the French lilac in this design. I'm just going to rinse the brush. There is the French lilac. Just take that a little bit. Okay. Now, how are we going to add French lilac in this design? It's a little tricky because there's not that much room over here. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of more tiny flowers. One thing is that don't be afraid to try new things. Now in this design I did not go all the way around. If you see that silver button which is in the design in the middle of the perfume bottle, so it all depends what kind of design you want to do. One thing is for sure that if we don't try new things, we won't know, right? It's the same is the case with painting. If one thing doesn't work, maybe we can twist it and try it another way around. As long as we are getting the results that are what we want, right? Okay, painting and making a video at the same time as a thing. Sometimes I also make videos and add the comments later on, but that's a thing, right? Practice. There. Okay, so this is coming out to be pretty full now. Just going to leave it here and go ahead and take the fourth color. The fourth color was this one that we were planning on using, that is Silver Marlin. These are 59 ml acrylic paint bottles and they are pretty good. Okay, there we have. Now how are we going to use this color in the bottle? Let's see. Since the design is already full, maybe I can add some tiny flowers all around the circle. Let's see, let's try one and see how it works. there. I feel that there is still need for more flowers. You can add more of these silver marlin, there. Just gonna put it down and add a little bit more details. I feel there's still room for a little bit of more green, so we're going to go ahead and rinse our brush and add a little bit of more green. This is classic green that we're using. So the tiny flowers that we were painting, it's a good idea to just give them a little bit complete look by adding a little bit of more details. There you go. Okay. Oops. Splattered some of my paint on my hands, but that's okay. Yes, I feel that there is still need for a little bit of pink. We can still add more pink in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change my brush. I'm gonna change my brush to one round number 1. Okay, because we don't want the fine details, like fine. So I'm not going to use the fine liner brush. Then I'm going to switch it and take a simple round brush, but a thin one, number 1, and going to make the petals and the flowers a little bit more full, so that they are able to pop out more, and all the lines that you see in the background, because it's a transparent bottle, right? It's glass, so glass is very it's a little tricky to fill it up with paint, so it requires many applications. I don't know if that's so visible in the lighting. The glass painting is not that, it's a little tricky with the camera. I hope you try this at home. I will post pictures of the finished project with a good lighting and everything, so you'll have a better idea. Okay, so I am just going to leave this here, and when it's dry I will take pictures and then I'll show them, attach them with the video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for following SBC Art Retreats. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave some comments and some feedback. Okay, bye.